Hey guys! Today we're looking at a brand new topic for my channel, Cuphead. Just a quick apology, you might hear a humming in the background of this video. I'm really sorry about that. One of my bearded dragons laid eggs, so I have an incubator running in my room and I can't really shut it up. So my apologies for that. Anyway, back on topic. Cuphead, the amazing game that I could definitely never beat. Yeah, I just ended up watching some of my favorite YouTubers play it. This game is like an experience. It's amazing how creative and wacky fun it can be. I really hope Cuphead inspires more games to be as ambitious as it was in the future. But for now, we get to enjoy the merch that was created out of it. Who else is excited? Personally, I'm most looking forward to checking out those mystery minis. Those things never fail to amaze me. But for today, we're going to be looking at the new Cuphead plushies and the vinyl figures. You could never have enough plushies. Oh wait, actually you definitely can. I'm being overrun at this point. I need to stop, guys. I have a problem! Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's take a look at these plushies. Starting with Cuphead, obviously. First of all, whoa. Where is the finger gun? Do I have to edit this myself? Nah, I'm just kidding. I probably won't cut up this plushie. Though it still would have been awesome if they gave him that. The material this guy is made of is very soft and cuddleable. He's quite high quality. His face and expression are absolutely spot on. I don't see anything too out of whack on that front. Though there are two things that are definitely minimized here that really shouldn't have been. For one, his straw, which is a pretty big character feature on this guy. You don't just draw Cuphead without the straw. He'll just look really off. So I find it strange that it was made to be so tiny. Along with that is the handle. I mean, that's a pretty weak handle. Looking at it, you can also see the wonky shape of his head. I'm not really going to complain about that because this is a plushie, and obviously making perfect shapes with material and stuffing is nearly impossible. Which is probably why his drink seems to be on the brink of overflowing. Overall, the Cuphead shape would be indeed quite tricky to make into a plushie, but I do think Funko did an overall decent job. His body, on the other hand, is wonderfully made. His arms flop down to his sides, making him appear more natural. The legs are even spread out a bit to make him curve in slightly, giving him the perfect look. I'd say it's masterfully done. If I did have one complaint though, either he broke both his hands in a fight, or the creators just didn't put his wrist in the middle where it belongs. The second is definitely my headcanon for this one. Next up, Mugman, our adorable and goofy player too. Now when you think of Mugman, what characteristics particularly come to mind? Maybe the bright blue color? The big round nose? Or even the straight straw? I personally think of his nose. Now look at this plushie. His nose, oh boy, just looks completely wrong. It's far too small, which even makes his eyes look off next to it. He just looks like a bootleg to me. That's how I feel. I really wish this wasn't the case because, like Cuphead, the body and overall quality is on point. And Mugman was also given this tiny little straw that just looks goofy, and not in a good way. I'm disappointed, Funko. Cuphead looked so dang good, and Mugman is just meh. Let's move on to the devil. Wow, this guy looks great! The giant yellow evil eyes and the fluffy black fur. This guy's design is wonderful. And the body just works so well, too, with the floppy long and thin limbs. I really like the fluffy material. It's a bit strange that his lower torso doesn't have the fur, but I actually think it's a pretty good looking design choice, surprisingly. And thank goodness they didn't add that to his head because it really would have muddled his look. His hands are a bit weird though. You kind of have to inspect them for a while to really understand what's going on with them. In fact, I'm still not even really sure I understand them. At the very least, his feet look good with that printed on design look. And I really like his long pointed tail, though it keeps wanting to curl up, which kind of makes it look funny. Overall, these plushies are fantastic. The quality is there, the design is there, the aesthetic is there. For only $10 each, these plushies are wonderfully done. I love these guys. Mugman was definitely the weaker link, but he's not gonna ruin these for me. Now let's check out the figures. Just like the plushies, there are only 3 to collect: Cuphead, Mugman, and the Devil. The 2 smaller figures being $12 a piece, and the larger figure is nearly $20! Goodness gracious, these had better be worth it. That's quite the price tag. The smaller figures seem almost decently priced, like maybe if they were $10 instead of $12. But my word, nearly $20 for one figure? We'll have to see about that. Let's start out by looking at Cuphead. First off, I like the box. It's cute and stylistic, plus there's some quirky art of our favorite characters on the sides. And here he is, Cuphead. Wow, look at this guy. He looks awesome! He's actually got a lot of weight to him, especially in his head, but he has the balance to easily stand without a base, which is pretty awesome. He feels quite high quality, and gosh, just looking at this figure, I see nearly everything on point. This is definitely something I would display. Now, sadly, he's not perfect. The vinyl has quite a few scuffs and spots of discoloration, which really sucks. The lines in his gloves aren't painted, which seems like a mistake since they were molded in. But gosh, look at the detail of this guy. The liquid has ripples by the straw. His heel is up off the ground a little. And my favorite part, his head can turn side to side. Movable heads always help a ton for posing figures. And now let's look at Mugman. Aw, look at how cute he looks here. And here's our figure. Look at that adorable face! Now it's obvious how horrible the plushie is. This one actually looks like Mugman, and this one looks like a bootleg Mugman. Gosh, I really love this figure. These two are undoubtedly going to be displayed. Though I am sad to say, Mugman is even more messy than Cuphead was. There's lots of clear stains all over him, and even some that are quite thick and rough, alongside a few dark marks that are clearly inside the vinyl. But notice how Mugman's other heel is lifted off the ground. This look familiar? Talk about awesome. These two figures are awesome. I think the price of $12 actually isn't that bad. It seems fair to me. So is the Devil worth $19? Well, let's find out. Holy cow, look at this beast! Incredibly detailed and well sculpted. The fire looks a bit lame, but I mean, how do you sculpt fire and make it look good? It's also a bit sad that the fire is even there. Wouldn't it be cooler if they'd made him, I don't know, sitting in his throne? Or maybe in this pose here. Or anything really that didn't chop off the lower half of his body. And sadly, just like the other figures, the Devil has a few paint mistakes. A lot more than the others, actually. For one, his hands are supposed to be a lighter gray color, not the same as the rest of him. And look at that giant smear! It's like he painted his nails white and didn't let them dry properly. Something I do all the time. It sucks. In fact, all of his nails really are bad. The paint on the other figures was quite good, but almost everything on the Devil is at least a bit sloppy. And look at this weird texture on the back of his head. Now that's some dry skin. Despite the iffy paint in areas, this is still a really cool figure. Nearly $20 though, I'd pass. It's not like he's even all that bigger than the other figures. So in the end, do I like these vinyl collectibles? I'd say yes. You might want to wait for them to go on sale though, because they aren't exactly amazingly priced. Either that or I'm just a cheapskate. Who knows? I actually like the vinyl figures more than the plushies, and I hope they end up making more of them. The Aeroplanes and King Dice would be 2 more great additions. So yeah, my first video on Cuphead merch. And guess what? There is another one coming in the future. You guys know how much I love mystery minis, and these things look so cool! Let me know what you guys think about these plushies and figures. Hope you all have an awesome Friday. Bye!